Community Health Specialist for Reach LA. What being Latina means to me is being a chingona. For my non-Spanish speakers, that means badass. Being a Latina means having an endless sense of community everywhere I go. It means having endless culture because, us Latinx folks, we have a lot of that. It means not being afraid of chasing after what I want. So that is me, a chingona. What it means to me is it's a celebration of life. It's showing support to those in the community who have AIDS, and it's also allyship.
Hi, my pearls. What was the question? Hey, I am Dan Soto. I am the telehealth coordinator here at Reach LA, and I'm the guy you come to get PrEP access. Hola, yo me llamo Daniel Soto. Yo soy el coordinador de telehealth aquí en Reach LA. To me, it means being in touch with my roots and being in touch with my family. Being born in Guatemala but raised here in Los Angeles, I never really got a sense of culture. So to me, it's tapping into all of that culture. ¿Por qué es importante ser latino a mí? Yo nací en Guatemala y mucho de mi tiempo ha crecido aquí en Los Ángeles. So para mí es conectando a mis raíces y es ser parte de mi familia y siempre hablando el español porque es lo que me conecta a mi tierra. What does it mean to celebrate National Latino AIDS Awareness Day? For me, it means providing really important services to people that look like me, people who are brown, people who are queer, and Latinos have always been disproportionately affected by HIV, and so being able to provide those services and bring awareness to people that look like me is extremely important.
I don't know if I have another answer. Different cuts.
Yeah.
Officer, fine.
Hi, I'm Michael Masters, and I'm a community health specialist here at Reach LA. What does it mean to be Latinx to me? Fundamentally, it's all about community and giving back to that community that helped raise us. We always say it takes a village to raise a child. That's even more true in every Latino family that you know. And it's not just about being a part, being the child that's being raised by the village, but also being a part of that village and helping to raise other children, helping to raise cousins. The amount of time that we as Latinos spend caring for each other, even at young ages of younger siblings, younger cousins, I think it shows that we're raised to care for each other. It's a fundamental part of who we are. National Latino AIDS Awareness Day is all about giving Latinos an opportunity to care for each other in the fight against HIV and AIDS. In the same way that it takes a village to raise a child, our Latino community, when I think about our Latino community and I think about AIDS awareness, I think once again, it's gonna take a village to create this awareness. It's gonna take lots of community. It's gonna take a lot of spreading word. It's gonna take a lot of breaking stigma to really allow us to recognize the reality that we have high rates of HIV and AIDS in our community, and that we actually have a lot of resources that we can address them with. But first we have to hit awareness. Once we get to the awareness, we can really begin to do what we do as Latinos. Begin to care for each other, begin to nurture each other, begin to care about each other's health.
Hello, my name is Zara. I'm a community health specialist here at Reach LA. So what it means to be Latinx to me is just being part of this big, vast, encompassing culture that's so beautiful, and just feeling at home in it. So what it means to me to celebrate National Latino AIDS Awareness Day is just, I guess, since I work here to Reach LA, is just knowing that I'm doing my part to help people who look like me get the services and resources that they need.
My name is Jalen. I'm a community health specialist and HIV testing lead here at Reach LA, and I'm happy to be a part of the team. Celebrating National Latino AIDS Awareness Day is just like celebrating Black History Month for me, except I'm not Latin, so it's all about supporting and being a strong ally for all the Latin folks that I know. My coming out story was a little unfair. I didn't have the opportunity to share it myself. I was outed by an uncle of mine, and I feel like everybody deserves the opportunity to be able to share their story and express it whenever they want at their own time. It was rough when it first started, but it definitely gets better.
Hey, I'm Peter Singleton. I'm the operations manager for Reach LA. For me, celebrating National Latino AIDS Day just means unity. Whether you're Latino, whether you're Black, African American, we're all in this fight together. So it's just about coming together and celebrating each other. Coming out, it was kind of a journey for me. I feel like it took a lot of responsibility. I had to take accountability for my actions and my feelings. I was probably about 17, 18. I was in a 4-year relationship with my girlfriend, but I knew I was having these feelings and thoughts. So I had to be responsible and, talk to her one-on-one and just tell her all the feelings that I had, just so I could get the weight off of my shoulder and not disrespect her, because of course I was in love with her. So if you love somebody, you don't hurt them. So we had the conversation. She was hurt, but it went pretty good. It made our relationship stronger. We're still friends to this day. And then I slowly just started telling my close friends, my family. And, it was not as hard as I thought it would be, because I'm still the same dude. I never changed. I never became another person. So they all accepted me. Most of my friends were like, they would have never thought that I was, even if people would have told them. So I'm glad that I had a chance to tell them myself. When it comes to my family, they were very accepting, especially still to this day. They support me in the most major ways. My mom was my biggest fan. She kind of took it overboard sometimes. Every time I'm with one of my friends, or it could be one of my homeboys, she'd be like, "Oh, you better take care of them, treat them right." I'm like, "No, it's not like that." So I'm happy with the place I am now. Just being free, just being myself, living in my truth, and staying true to myself. I'm glad that I made the moves that I made and came out the closet.
Hi, I'm Jamaria Balmain. I am the Performing Arts Coordinator, and I work here at Reach LA. What it means to me to celebrate National Latino AIDS Day is camaraderie. It means that we get to join forces and be in the same space and enjoy the same thing that we're all fighting for, which is the fight for AIDS. So my coming out story is kind of funny. I told my mom that I was going on the gay version of Next, and so she didn't believe me because I had a girlfriend at the time. I filmed the show. The show had aired months later. My cousin, we all have that one cousin that nobody really cares for. She happens to call my mom at 5 o'clock in the morning. My mom calls me ballistic, screaming why didn't you tell us tell me that you were going on this show and you were gay. I'm like, Mom, I literally told you that I was doing this show and I was filming, and it's been done for months. And so she's like, well, you didn't tell anybody. I'm like, well, I told you, and now I've told the whole world, so everyone knows I'm gay.
Hello, I am De Ephraim Manuel, and I'm a community health specialist here at Reach LA. To celebrate National Latino AIDS Awareness Day, to me, is just a celebration of the lives of those who are living with AIDS and HIV, and to just bring awareness to others, just so we can keep those numbers down, and so that one day we can hopefully knock that AIDS thing right out of the park. I don't really have a coming out story, but I'm gonna share the first time I realized I was attracted to men. I'm gonna have to say it was in middle school. My history teacher, he was this really Paul Bunyan type of guy, and I'm really into tall, bearded, manly, muscular men. And he was kind of my fantasy, I'm not gonna lie. So that's the first time I realized I was attracted to men. My teacher in middle school.
Please. Hi, I'm Jeremiah Gibbons, and I am the executive assistant here at Reach LA. What it means to me to celebrate National Latino HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. It means everything. Standing in solidarity with my brown brothers, sisters, and non-gender conforming people. Being a member of the HIV/AIDS community, I guess, and being that I am undetectable and have been living with HIV for 5 years. I think that destigmatization, awareness, and better health practices and us knowing is just important for our entire community. So it's an honor for me to be able to stand as a black male with my brown counterparts in that. So my coming out story is divided for me into 3 parts. I would say coming out to my mom, coming out to my dad, and then coming out to everyone else. My mom and dad for me were the most important because they're my mom and my dad. And part of the whole coming out thing was not lying anymore. And those were 2 people that I felt for me would be important for them to know who I am and who the man that I am. So coming out to my mom, it actually was me choosing to come out was tied into me just coming out about everything that was going on in my life. I was living a down low lifestyle for years. And I didn't come out until my mid-20s. And so when I found out that I was HIV positive, I immediately went into a whirlwind of what should I do. I mean, that's obviously huge news for anyone who gets it. And there were some things that I didn't know about living with HIV that made me panic at that time that ended up smoothing out later. But I found out that I got my diagnosis, and I immediately took a trip to Las Vegas. And I went to go tell my mom, 1, about my diagnosis, 2, about what was going on in my life, and 3, about the biggest secret of all time to me. I told her that was rocky at first. She was emotional, but she was always supportive throughout. A few days later, days after that, it was just always constant conversation, her wanting to know, her wanting to learn, us having awkward conversations, me being offended by some of the stuff she was saying, me finding out that she wasn't being malicious, she just didn't know, and that kind of amalgamated into the relationship that we have today, and she's a huge supporter. My dad, on the other end, was an accidental conversation that happened at his house during a football game in which he was asking about whether or not I had anything or he had anything, and at that point it was kind of my time to say, hey, I'm HIV positive, which then led into him asking me, well, did you have sex with any men? And I was like, only men. And so that's how he found out that I was gay. And then thirdly, in public, on social media, that kind of did its own thing. Social media is its own monster. And I had mixed reviews online, being that I was a public figure in a very conservative, religious, niche environment. And so I got a ton of backlash, had articles written about me, and people that didn't understand, people that were homophobic or anti-gay, but then also got support from people who were either still in the closet and were emailing me one-on-one just to come out to someone. And so there's a lot of anonymous people that I've been able to have to be an ear for, really grateful for. That's my coming out story. It gets better, and if it doesn't get better, you just get better at doing it. It gets better.
I see you, and I see you back.
Hello, I'm Luis Ramos, Program Manager here at Reach LA.
What does it mean for me to be Latino? Wow. To be Latino for me is pride, it's family, it's culture, it's origins. It's a sense of love that we receive from our family, a sense of culture from our food, from our music, from our celebrations. The way we embrace our families and our friends, and the hard work that we put into everything that we do. That's what it means for me to be Latino. I'm proud to be Latino, and sí se puede. What does it mean to me to celebrate National Latino AIDS Awareness Day? It means a day for us to become aware that HIV is still out in our communities. It is time to make ourselves stronger and spread the word that there are resources out there for those that do have HIV, and there is prevention to help others not contract HIV. Did you know that 1 in every 6 Latinos are not aware of their HIV status? Let's get tested. Getting tested together will help us end the epidemic of HIV/AIDS.
That's the first. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Miguel. I'm the Executive Director of Reach LA. What does it mean for me to be Latino? It's about my family, about being immigrants. It means being a first-generation Mexicano born and raised in East LA. It means familia, language, and comida. National Latino AIDS Awareness Day is important to me. I have worked in the field of HIV prevention for the last 23 years. Knowing that we're only 16% of the US population and 1 in 4 Latinos possibly become infected with HIV, I stand to work with community, with other people of color to eliminate this epidemic. I am Miguel, I'm a Latino, and HIV stops with me.
Girls, if you don't put your cell phone away and enjoy this movie,
And enjoy the movie and turn off your phones, put them on airplane mode or something, because nobody wants to ruin the mood, okay?
Quiet your phones, grab your drinks, grab your popcorn, and get ready for the movie.
Just enjoy the movie.
I didn't really have a healthy coming out experience. I changed my status to bi on MySpace, and the next day during lunchtime at my high school, I was made a spectacle of. Oh, you're like the other gay one. Oh, why did you have to come out now? Oh, bisexuality is a joke, don't be stupid. All comments that just jumbled up in my head. I literally had people come up to me saying that they couldn't be my friend anymore. My gender and sexual expression have always been clocked. My loudness introduced myself to a room before I did. Since I've never really had a choice in coming out of the closet, to this day, I continue to live in my trans marica resiliencia and exist unapologetically. My name is Celestial Moreno Luz, and I am a transgender woman of color.
Y al que no le guste que no se lo trague a la verga, culeros.
National Latinx AIDS Awareness Day to me means to be able to understand where you have come from, understand the difficulties that HIV and AIDS has done to yourself and to your community, and being able to thrive and live like just that, just exactly that is thrive and live, really to live with the the HIV virus or the AIDS virus, knowing that it's just that, something very treatable, something very doable, something very able to be able to do that is live and thrive. And to me, to be Latinx means that you are aware of political oppression that is happening not only to people that are in the Black Lives Matter movement, but also to people that have been historically oppressed by being aware, being able to open your eyes and see beyond the veil of issues that are happening with all sorts of different cultures. And that is what Latinx means to me, is being woke.